Yes, what's up, YouTube? It is Gabe Strom, and I'm here with my good friend Zach Young. And we get this question a lot on the YouTube channel. People are asking, they've seen Zach's story, they've heard about the success people are having on Amazon. How much does it actually cost to get started selling on Amazon? Like, what are the startup costs? And my first, I'm gonna just talk. We're gonna do this real quick with Zach, kind of talk through, what he did when he first started, how you can get this business off the ground for $200-300, like to start a business in America in this day and age for such an inexpensive price is ridiculous. I was talking to a friend yesterday who's looking at a franchise. It's like a $320,000 franchise, and I'm like, dude, you can start selling on Amazon for like $300 and start making money like in 2 weeks. And he was telling about the franchise and how it was like a 6-year wait until the investment got returned. I'm like, 6 years? Man, there's just too much opportunity. So let's talk about this, Zach. What are the, when you're investing in a new business, my first question, a lot of people say, how much does it cost? I would challenge that and say, look, think of it as an investment. You're investing in starting a new business. This is like startup capital. I mean, if you're going to start a Subway, you got to have some capital to start. So starting the business, what's it take to get started, Zach? What are all the little fees and things people should be aware about? Benchmark.
Well, Amazon, if you're a brand new seller, and at the time of this recording, we do have they have a 30-day free trial if you sign up for the Pro Seller account, which we recommend because you get access to reports and just a lot of good stuff. It's definitely worth the value of spending that $39.95 or whatever it is a month. But normally the first 30 days is a free trial. Okay, so you've got to have that. The training in our group, and we believe in the principle where there is no knowledge or vision, like people perish, or it's just if you don't have
people perish,
something like it. Yeah, but basically, you just got to know your stuff. You got to know how to do it right. You can either learn from other people's mistakes and their success and how to do things right the first time, or you can like kind of navigate your way through on your own. And most pioneers are pioneers because they're bloody. They go through all sorts of trials and all sorts of stuff. So we definitely, the training is very important because you want the proper knowledge to apply, because applying the proper knowledge is powerful, and that's what can create your results. So you're looking at $49 there, and then about $40 a month on Amazon, and then probably around 100-ish, give or take a little, Gabe, for basic office supplies. So like people are going to need tape, scissors, paper, maybe some of like these little Avery labels to apply if you can't have Amazon apply the labels for you when doing FBA. You have ink for your printer. Want to make sure you have that so you can print your UPS shipping labels. And if you have enough money, you can spend $40 or $50 like in a little weight scale. If you were like me when you got started and didn't want to, either I couldn't remember I think it's because at that time I couldn't afford to. This is before I was doing FBA merchant fulfilled. I used my bathroom weight scale, Gabe. So like I would, I'd stand on it. I'd see it said 150, and then like I'd hold the box and it's like 157, and I just kind of guesstimate like this weighs 7 pounds, and I'd put that into Amazon and ship it in, and never had any issues. So really, if you relate to that, viewer watching, it's the truth. Also, Gabe, like if you relate to like Gay, Gay Lisby, member in our group, she spent $30 a week when she first started out as far as finding inventory, which we're going to get into good places to find inventory when first starting out. But one of the things she found was like a $12 cookbook. She listed it on Amazon, sold it for like 80 or 90 bucks. She got all like super excited. So she went out, and I think her and her partner found like 10 to 12 more of those books. And like quickly they had like, I think like $1,000 off of that original like $12 or $15 purchase from finding out something that would work. So they quickly grew their income, and then within a year paid off like an $85,000 mortgage on their home. But it really, you can start with very little. So, I mean, some people think you got to have a ton, but it's not, it's not true. So I think 100 for office, close to 100 for the training and the membership site. And then the next thing is inventory, like we just talked about. So something that I find surprising, Gabe, is a lot of people overlook stuff around their house. Like you've heard the old adage, one man's junk is another man's treasure, right? So yeah, believe it or not, I guarantee you all have stuff at home that someone is willing to pay good money for because they just think it's awesome. It's their treasure. And so I like to start around the house, Gabe. Like I'll go through books and look at books. I might look at video games, used toys, DVDs, like board games, just stuff like that. There's some items you can't sell used on Amazon, like shoes, things of that nature, but there's enough things you can sell used on there to where I would start there, because obviously you've paid money for that stuff at some point in time. Hopefully you should have, or it was given to you as a gift. But, you can start with that stuff because it's not additional cost, versus like Gabe, I said the second place I would go after I clear out my house and make sure I find everything. And, I'd look at the rank, which we kind of cover that at Seller Secrets, our group. Like sales rank's important because you want to make sure you send something in that people actually buy on Amazon. And sales rank is like one of the indicators of that. So we have a sales rank chart in our group. And then the other thing is like sometimes like the sales history. You don't have to spend a ton of time analyzing all that stuff, especially when you're first getting started. I didn't even know some of that stuff existed. So yeah, I'd go to like the second thing after going through my home and sending everything in that I think will be profitable and actually sell after I go through the training would be Walmart. Okay. So I'd go to Walmart, I'd hit the clearance aisles, and I'd find stuff that I can buy for like $5, $10. And believe it or not, you could probably leave Walmart after spending $50 to $100, and you might be able to like have $300, $400, $500 worth of Amazon sales sitting there off of what you purchased from Walmart. So it's really simple, man. That's like your $200 to $300 startup costs in your new business.
Okay. So we're talking, there's a couple ways to answer this question. This is like the down and dirty if you just want to like get proof of concept. There's some other, I can tell there's some entrepreneurs watching like, okay, guys, that sounds great, but how do I make like an extra 6 figures this year? How would I start? That's a little different question to be asking. But so far, just down and dirty startup cost, $49 a month for the group, get your education. I learned a long time ago, you learn from mentors or mistakes. And the mistake one is really a lot more painful. I promise you that. So get in the group, $50 a month. You can do an annual subscription if you'd like to save some money. $40 a month for Amazon, the Amazon Pro account. So that's $89 a month is kind of like a fixed cost for your business. Around $100 in office supplies, and just to get your first shipment sent in. And guys, all this stuff I'm going to share with you. We've got a fast start guide resource for all of our members that walks you through how to do all this stuff in more details, more tutorials. So that's available for those of you that are part of the group. And then inventory. And this is just, you got to have some inventory to sell. So you recommend, Zach, starting around the house. Obviously, if you have new items that are new in package, you'll get a more premium. eBay is really a better platform probably for the used stuff, unless it's really unique video games or things like that. But that's just a good place. Used books. I love selling books. Sarah and I just moved, so I've got my books all in boxes still. But used books, people love books. It's a really easy way. You can scan them. When you sign up for the $40 a month Pro account with Amazon, they give you this seller app. I don't know if you can see this here. It says Amazon Seller. It's that little black guy. This little black app right here. And you're able to find products that you can scan right from your phone, and it'll tell you if you're allowed to sell on Amazon. It'll tell you a little breakdown of what the fee structure is for those and what you can expect to make when you sell them. So that's really down and dirty, though. The whole point, the question of what does it take to get started, a couple $100. I don't know what businesses you can start in America for less than $1,000. It just, it blows my mind that this opportunity, I don't know how long Amazon's going to keep the doors open for new sellers. I do know, Zach, and we've seen this, a lot of the criteria for the categories that you can sell in has changed. It's become more strict over the past year or so. So if you don't have an account yet, it'd be best to get one, get it open, start getting some positive reviews and some feedback on your account, and start selling items. That's one of the big things Amazon looks for. But just to wrap up, Zach, any other tips you give a new seller? That kind of answers the startup question of what does it take to get started. There are some other tools, obviously, once you get selling on Amazon that will make your life easier. And we'll talk about that in a future video. But we just believe in keeping it simple. So any other advice you'd give a new seller, Zach, just starting out for the first time?
Yeah, well, don't be afraid to, go through the training, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. So that's the thing, Gabe. Like I see some people that like when they go to analyzing a product, like, oh my gosh, is this going to sell? Is it not going to sell? Am I going to make profit? Like, yeah, go through the training and make sure like you're applying what you learned and that product that you're about to buy kind of fits the criteria. But don't like get lost in indecision or fear that what if I mess up? What if this doesn't work? What if it doesn't sell? Because I've been there before, Gabe. Prior trying to sell eBay and Amazon stuff, I've gotten stuck there, and I've seen a lot of members not members, but like people in general that try to sell on Amazon, that they just get stuck, that they don't get the hang of it. They never take the first step of buying product, sending it in to see if it's going to work. So that'd probably be the biggest thing. People, they think one of the biggest challenges is finding good product to send into Amazon. And sometimes they don't know what a good product is until they actually send it in and they get that experience and they can build up their own confidence, So that's probably the biggest thing, just taking action. And if you fall forward. I mean, I've still to this day, like I have things I do in and outside of Amazon when I'm testing different businesses and investments to where I lose money, but I enter in knowing that could happen. And I make sure it's not so much to where it like sinks me in my business. So I'm not saying like, if you're brand new to this, go slam $5,000 on a credit card, buy everything you can and hope it all works out like that. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah, what I'm saying is like, don't go out and just stand there like in Walmart for like an hour. Like, what's the rank on this? How many sellers are there? Is this thing really going to sell? What if people are looking at me? Oh, I might set that back on the shelf. Okay, well, don't. Well, I'm not going to do it. Like, don't be the person that does that. So that's what I'm saying. There's a happy balance there, but you got to be moving forward, or you're not going to get anywhere in the business.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to fail. I'd echo that. It's just sourcing inventory. That's like the main skill you'll learn in this business. It comes with practice and repetition. So I remember the first time I scanned an item, and since it put it in the box, followed the fast start guide. I was trying to just follow the videos that Zach had made. I sent it off to Amazon. I'm like, is it going to get there? Are they going to like lose my box? All these thoughts are going through my mind. And sure enough, it hits Amazon. I see it pop up in my account. A couple days later, the item sells. I see the money come back into my account. I see the circle working, and I'm like, well, I could do this. I could do it over and over again. And you just get more comfortable with it, and you get better at sourcing. Just like playing a sport, the more time you step up to the bat, the more you're going to hit the ball. So, but I definitely would encourage you, don't do it alone. That's the one piece of advice I would give. Do not try and do this business alone. Get a business partner, get an accountability partner, join our group, get around like-minded sellers that are up to big games in life, and that's how you learn. We've done some different events and things throughout the years to help bring sellers together, but don't do it alone. Get in the group, get the education. Hopefully that'll curve your learning experience. And if you'd like to get access to that fast start guide that I was talking about, it's a 12 video tutorial series that we created, plus some bonus content, some special bonus content. Just head over to sellersecrets.com. Should be a link below this video. You can become a member of the group or apply to become a member of the group. And then once you get in the site, the Fast Start Guide is in the site waiting for you. So, hey, hope you guys have an awesome day. Hopefully this helped clear up some of the confusion of what it takes to get started. And just be grateful that you live in the great country of America and we can start a business for less than $1,000 because it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So thanks, Zach. Hope you guys have a great day.
See you guys soon.